Hello. Welcome to the When I Have Spare Time podcast. My name is Frank, and I'll be sitting here talking to you for a few minutes. I'm taking a break from playing Overwatch. It's a video game. It's a one of those competitive whatever hero shooters, whatever. I'm not gonna bore you with it. Uh, People suck in the game, and I'm just tired of like winning two games and losing a game because people just want to run around and not play the right way. And yes, there is a right way to play. I mean, if you want to win, but there's a lot of people who don't like to win. Anyway, um, I just realized that Thanksgiving is coming up, but I don't celebrate the holidays because, well, usually I have a job that requires me to work on the holidays because normally I work with dogs. And when you work with dogs in the doggy daycare industry, the busiest time for you is actually all the holidays. So you normally don't get the holidays off, which is, it doesn't matter to me. I don't celebrate them in the first place. But this is one of the first time in years that I haven't been working during the holiday. So I mean, I'm just enjoying not working for a little bit, just because I usually always work. But you know, it is what it is. Uh, I think the most important thing for me when it comes to a job, a job. I don't know why I'm explaining what a job is. For some reason, I act like the people that listen are stupid when they're probably smarter than me. So I apologize, and I digress. Now, for those of you that don't know, digress is my favorite word, and I digress from this digression. So anyway, but I just realized that, oh, it's Thanksgiving, but yeah, so I could get a turkey, right? But then, don't turkeys cost $50 now because of inflation now? So I'm like, yeah, whatever. And then also, um, I'm just so used to eating like the food I eat now. It's I don't know, like eating like a turkey or like even chicken. Like I can actually taste the horse hormones. Did I say horse hormones? It's 4 a.m. Welcome to meth hours. I meant growth hormones, and like that's just in my mind. It just doesn't taste good. I don't know, man. Like so many foods that I used to eat just don't taste good because the past like 4 years I've been eating just like stuff that's good for you, and it's really weird when you eat stuff that's good for you and then you switch real quick and whatever eat one or two things that aren't good for you, and it's like whoa. It's like it just I don't like Kit Kats anymore. Kit Kat, who doesn't like Kit Kats? When I bite into a Kit Kat, you know what it tastes like? It tastes like plastic. Okay? And don't ask me how I know what plastic tastes like. But let's just say I used to be friends with an escort. No. I know what you're thinking. It's not that. Anyway. Um, but yeah, because I remember, I had a girlfriend, and I mean girlfriend, just a girl who put up with my bullshit because I'm a narcissist and I was, tormenting her. Um, I got her some candy, just because it was one of those holidays where you're supposed to get a chick candy. And so, I I bit into the Kit Kat, and I felt like I was like, I don't know, like buying a biting a transformer, like the toy, well, when I was a kid, how kids put stuff in their mouth. So, like you put Bumblebee in your mouth. That just sounds weird. Let's forget I even said that. Moving on. Um, so I'm watching the news coverage of the guy that oh, I'm sorry, I the news coverage of the BLM terrorist who put out several messages that were anti-white people. So I consider him a terrorist because he ran those people over on purpose, and he admitted that he was swerving to hit more people, and they're trying to make that a big deal. I think it's a big enough deal that like 6 people are dead and dozens are injured. It's like I like how the news is like he maliciously did, dude. You don't have to add any adjectives. Okay, we get it. Like, what are you telling me? There's a nice way to run people over? No. It's like I love how the news media tries to like, you know, make you think a certain way, and I'm just like, the fact that you're reporting he ran people over and ended some lives by you going he maliciously, like I think I got the description, lady. It's not like well, he was happy-go-lucky as he slammed on the gas. Like, we get it. Jesus Christ. Like, seriously, there is no nice way to run someone over. Okay, it's always malicious. It's not like you say hello to someone by running on the curb and giving them a bumper tap. Give me a break. I don't know, these newscast, and seriously, I can't stand fat newscasters, and I can't stand fat black women newscasters. Jesus Christ, it's so stereotypical. It's like, you know, during the commercial break, there's a bucket of Kentucky Fried Chicken that they reach under and grab a drumstick, right? They put it in their mouth and they pull it out in 3 seconds, and just like a cartoon, it's all bone. Like when Tom and Tom and Jerry, like when Tom would put like a, a fish in his mouth and he pull it out, it's just the bones left. Yeah, yeah. That's a that's what a fat black newscaster. Sigh. Anyway, I mean, I don't know what to say. It's of course it's a tragedy. You know, of course, but I don't know. I hope they do not put this trial on TV. It's like this country is going through enough bullshit. You're gonna now put this guy. I mean, I understand. You gotta put him on trial. Of course. You gotta put him in jail. Of course, but it doesn't have to be on TV. Like, why rile up America even more, like it did with the Kyle Rittenhouse case? If that case would have not been on TV, um, there'd have been like a lot less horrible takes, a lot less arguing. I mean, there's some people who take this stuff seriously and think like it's like the end of America. Because it goes one way or the other way. And then me being full of myself, I was going, well, I'm the one on trial. You know, shows you the difference between a person that's full of themselves and like I guess a average Joe. Oh, I'm sorry. I think I offended people because I didn't say Jane. The average, Jane Joe. They get all hot and bothered. Yeah, and every time I say hot and bothered, I always have this flashback to this girl I used to like, and when I was a senior in high school, we had like let me get the full story. When I was a senior in high school, I was the editor of the high school paper. I was also the photographer. Now come on, if you're a girl listening, you probably dropped your pants when I added that part, photographer. Not only was I the editor, whoa, I was the photographer. Anyway, so that there's this, like we have, in Culver City, there's a high Mexican population. So of course there's, ESL classes and classes for non-speakers so they can learn English, which, is totally fine, whatever. And so I had to do, well, I didn't have to, but I did a story about like all the new, because like a few of them were like from other countries and they were, moved to America and they were going to learn English. And it was like, oh, like why don't you introduce the new students to the school by doing a story on the new exchange students or the new students, who are learning English, and you can interview them and so they can practice, speaking English. I'm like, sure, good idea. This is my teacher, my journalism teacher telling me this. His name is Mr. Pullman. Cool guy. But anyway, so I'm like, sure. So like, I walk into the class with my camera, and I'm gonna interview people, and I see this girl named Eve, and I fall in love instantly. Of course, she speaks bad English, but like, I interview her, take a bunch of pictures, print the story, whatever. Um, but like years later, because it's still Culver City, so she lived there. Um, I was I probably shouldn't tell this story, but anyway, um, it just happened that she was a person of interest to me because she liked to sell stuff. So anyway, I'm at my friend's house. I call her up. Well, yeah, like I'm sorry, we have a mutual friend. But anyway, I call her up. I'm like, I'm trying to get some stuff. The kind of stuff you snort off hookers. So anyway, she has a boyfriend at the time. So she drives over. She's drunk as fuck. I am already drunk. She calls me on the phone. I go down to meet her, in the driveway, and I get into the car, and we just start making out. I That's how we said hello. We just started making out. It was, it was awesome. I will never forget that moment. That it took, it took about 15 years, but I made out with the girl that I was in love with when I was a senior in high school. And of course, me because I'm a freak, I have I still like her, and I liked her back then too. But it was just a really good feeling. Like I felt like, you know what? I felt like a winner for once. I felt like actually, you know, I felt like the good guy won. And you're like, what? But anyway, yeah, it was one of the happiest moments of my life. I actually made out with the girl I actually liked. You know, but oh yeah, the reason why I don't tell the story because she had a boyfriend at the time. And also with her, actually, she called me up one time, and she was like, my boyfriend's playing poker and ignoring me. Do you want to go on a date? And she took me out on a date. That was awesome. Like she drove a Benz, obviously drug money can you can afford stuff. She came to my house, hung out with me in my house for a little bit. We hung out in my room. We just talked about like what we're gonna do. She was dressed really nice. I was happy. I was dressed, really nice. I was being fake. And then she took me to the Circle Bar in Santa Monica, and she actually bought me a couple of drinks. Like I bought myself a drink, but like she bought me drinks. Like I didn't buy her drinks. She bought me drinks. And like we walked into the bar, like it was a date. Like we walked in, like arm in arm, whatever, hand in hand, whatever. Like we're dancing and stuff. Like people are looking at me because I'm there with the best looking girl. Like oh, because she's hot. She's like half half Colombian, half Swedish. I can't tell you how beautiful this woman is, and it was just one of the best nights of my life. And then we after we she don't mind drinking and driving, and I don't mind being the passenger when it's a hot chick drinking and driving. Well, she's kind of coked out too, but anyway, the coke counteracts the drunkenness, so she was actually a better driver. And so after our date, we she was hungry. I wasn't. She was hungry, so we went to like the Jack in the Box by my house. She's like, "Can you drive a little bit? Cause I have to go behind the dumpster and piss." I'm like, "That's the hottest thing I ever heard." Hottest thing ever. So then I hop in the driver's seat driving a Benz. I've never drove a Benz before. So I whatever. I drove the Benz, did a drive through. She's pissing behind the dumpster, and I'm like, dude, the chick's a 10-10, and she's doing gutter punk stuff. I mean, she was perfect. And I'm like, how come you can't dump this guy and be with me? I was just so happy. But anyway, then we go back to my house, eat, and just I'm just taking it all in because she's. I'm not gonna go into detail, but she has. If you list all my favorite body parts, she was showing those body parts, and I like those body parts on her. I will never forget that night either. One of the happiest nights of my life, and she had a blast. She thanked me for, uh, making sure that she had a good time because like she likes dancing, and I like dancing, and I like dancing with her. She was just so happy to hang out with me, and I just told her like, we can hang out anytime because like she lived like a block away from me. It's just like, she had a boyfriend and um, like a kid. Um, but yeah, it was great. And I tried several times to get her to cheat with me. But that's another story. But anyway, oh yeah, and she said, make sure you don't tell anyone. But anyway, um, but yeah, so but like she moved to Vegas with with the same boyfriend because like she had a kid with that guy. Um, and so like they're not married or anything, but they're supposedly together. I mean, like he cheated on her a lot though, but I don't think she knows that. But we all know that. But see, I don't know. But then like she probably cheats on him. Obviously, she did with me. So I guess it's too. I should probably get an AIDS test. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.